Hello, this is Michael Christie, the Virginia G. Piper music director of the Phoenix Symphony. I've conducted a couple hundred orchestras around the world, and I can say for sure that very few orchestras perform American music with the style, sensitivity, and energy as the Phoenix Symphony does, and I'm thrilled to be presenting this program. It's a mix of works that are very familiar, but also a few that I think are going to be very, very striking for you. We open the concert with a very rare performance of Copland's The City. This score was written for the 1939 World's Fair, and the black and white film that it was written for will be shown in these performances in Phoenix. It's an amazing story that shows agrarian America meeting industrial America. The film starts off with pastoral views of rivers, streams, water wheels, blacksmiths hammering hard to create the wheels for a wagon, and suddenly the drama of a steel mill with all of the molten steel pouring out of the giant vats. The film then progresses to suburban America, where we see a mother preparing food for their kids, a little boy pumping up a bike wheel. We see a tremendous street scene, traffic jam of the 20s and 30s, police trying to direct the traffic, taxi meters running, in pennies of course. We also see some of the mechanical innovations of the time. One of my favorites is a pancake flipper. The machine, as everybody's sitting there in the restaurant, is producing just the right amount of pancake dough. It spins around this carousel, and a little flipper comes and turns the pancakes at just the right moment. Lots of fun little things that happen, and the score is typically Copland, with its beautiful music for the wild frontiers of America. And then music which I actually think foreshadows composers like Philip Glass when, for example, we are in the city scene. We'll be concluding our year-long spotlight on the music of American composer John Adams with this performance of his Chamber Symphony, a notoriously difficult work for the musicians to play, but a lot of fun for the audience to listen to. This work has single strings so that each person is really a soloist: violin, viola, cello, bass, a very virtuosic percussion part, and then great solos for single winds. It's one of the most harrowing but exciting works of the late 20th century that mixes the sensibility of, say, Arnold Schoenberg and his chamber works with cartoon music. And we get to enjoy the talents of our wonderful principals at the Phoenix Symphony. Samuel Barber's Adagio for strings is one of the most known works in the American oeuvre. To have it performed on a classics concert gives it a certain prominence and allows us to take a moment to look at it again. I always think of the piece as a string quartet as it was originally written, and I hope the approach that you'll hear is maybe a bit more intimate and telling of that string quartet heritage. Equally passionate, but maybe a little bit more transparent. Like Aaron Copland, Howard Hanson was one of the deans of American music, and because we don't hear his music often in the concert hall, I think you're going to still hear remnants of things that will spark memories of the melodies that he composed that have been borrowed by other composers or are in TV, commercial, or radio advertisements. But his sense of the American musical melody is woven throughout the texture of our society, and I think it's going to be a wonderful homecoming for this composer, one that many people have asked that we play. I hope you enjoy this fun, familiar, and new view of American music performed by one of the great orchestras of America, performing with all the spirit and energy that this great music deserves. Look forward to seeing you at Symphony Hall.